going on, guys? J&A Exotics here, back with another update for you. This one's going to be for February 2020. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Gonna start off today with the mossy frogs, just because this guy right here is in a really cool pose, in my opinion. How he's on the stick. And you can see the other one's just right behind him. Had these guys for a few years now. They're in an 18-18-24 Exoterra paludarium that we made. Finally fixed the waterfall problem I've been having with the waterfall leaking into the land portion. We just added another tube and I ended up fixing it. But in this tank, it's just golden pothos in there. I don't have anything too crazy. There's also a fern back there. Don't really remember the name of the fern. I'm terrible with plants, so I apologize. But I'm terrible with ferns too, because none of my ferns ever make it. Probably a lighting issue that I just haven't figured out or gotten down yet. But this light, anyways, this light on this tank and the red-eye tree frog tank will be getting replaced very shortly. But this tank's actually really cool. I got very frustrated with it really fast, just because of the water issues I was having in the land portion. So far, so good though with the new fix. Alright, some of the glass might be dirty too. I haven't cleaned it. I just went through and sprayed everyone this morning. This is the red-eye tree frog tank, and that's pretty much what you're gonna see. If I can find one, I'll try to expose them through the leaves, but I don't want to hold them right now. Oop, there's one. So, I'm gonna turn the camera. I may be really loud because I am right next to the camera. Well, if you can see my finger, that is a frog, not a leaf. The other one's in here somewhere, but you get the point. They're sleeping, they're nocturnal. It's morning time. But that's them. This is a basic setup. I have to make them a new build. Well, I don't have to. They can thrive in this, but I want to. Live plants, you know. I want to try a different style of the water feature with their tank. I'm gonna do like the way Josh's Frogs video has it online, where they have like a pond substrate barrier and the whole bottom is actually water, so there would be no flooding of the land and water portion because it's already all flooded underneath. Well, not flooded, but it's already all filled. These tanks are very humid today. If you haven't checked out the feeding video of these guys that I did last week, you should go check it out. I have a lot of good shots of these guys. So this is our 18-18-18 Exoterra tank. That is the vivarium for our Dendrobates leucomelis. You can see one in the back if the camera will focus. I don't know if you can see him, but there's one up here. The camera's not picking him up. Maybe? It's kind of like his foot. Oh, yeah, well, you get the point. He's back there. Don't know where the other one is. He's hiding somewhere. Yeah, but this is their tank. I think this plant here and this plant, unless you've seen the feeding video, is new to you. This tank's growing in nice. We picked up another leucomelis at the Manchester Reptile Expo, along with that bromeliad. And the splanger, I don't even know the name. I put the name in the last video in the description. I'm terrible with plant names. I apologize. I think it's like Splanginella or something like that. But that's their tank. This is an 12 by 12 by 18 Exoterra. Used to be the leucomelis when they were babies. It now belongs to the Santa Isabels. I'm gonna put the camera down to try and focus on one of them. Oh. But the lighting is not helping me out. And he's gone. Oh, they're both back there. Terribly sorry, I'm just trying to get a shot of both of them. So my videos record in 4K, but I don't know how to get them in 4K when I upload the videos to YouTube. So me zooming in right here is probably going to be terribly blurry. So I'm sorry for that. But this is their tank. It's just not much has changed if you've seen the feeding video or last month. The biggest difference is probably the moss. The moss is finally coming back. Ever since I put these glass tops onto, it's just getting out of control. So I'm starting to think that it was a humidity issue, why my moss was dying out. And it makes sense because where moss grows, it's actually really humid and really bright. And a lot of people think that moss doesn't need light, but it does. That's their tank. This guy right here, I can't really pull him out. He is a yellow spotted salamander. We didn't buy him. We live in Massachusetts and it's winter time right now. So it got really warm one weekend. Yeah, it was about 70 degrees, believe it or not, when it's usually like 20 and 30. We were at my sister's house eating dinner, and this guy came crawling out of the ground. In the basement, he had dust bunnies all over him, and then the next day the temperature dropped to like 30. You know, typical New England weather. So I didn't want him to freeze, and he was inside. He was dehydrated. He had dust all over him, like I said. So I ended up taking him in, and just you know, up until he gets back, well, it's springtime, I'm gonna release him back into the wild, or potentially keep him because he's been in captivity already for a few weeks. But I'll upload a picture of him on Instagram. So go check out our Instagram too. It's JNA Exotics with underscores. I'll put the name in the description down below. But he's a cool pet. I've been feeding him pinheads. Over here, this is, well, some of our cultures. This one's ready to retire. This one has like about another week left. And this one was just started recently. I always date them and put the dates down so I can avoid mites and whatnot. And it's also just good to keep track, especially since I'm experimenting with different fruit fly medias. I want to see which one produces best. So far, that's the Reptile one we've been using. It's not terrible. I feel like the Josh's Frogs mix, though, you get more flies out of it. I feel like the flies produce faster and they're healthier. If that makes any sense. I mean, to me it does. This is an 1818, a 12 by 12 by 18 Exoterra tank, made into a vivarium for our mossy leaf-tail gecko. And he is in the usual spot, so good luck trying to see him. I don't really like messing around with him. I don't really hold him or handle him at all either. Not much. This is a setup. Hasn't changed. Isn't gonna change. Just have the one golden pothos in there that needs to get trimmed because it's taking over the whole entire top. It's actually kind of cool the way it's growing though. But this is this guy. I believe I have a picture of him on our Instagram as well. So, on to the next one. That is Chiefy. It's an Australian Shepherd, and he's doing what he does best. I think this is gonna be the last reptile. Well, this is where the tanks used to be. I updated it and made it into like a little nerd station. Gotta have my Pikachu. Gotta have Vaporeon. Voodoo Ranger. Awesome beer company. And this is where I veg out and just play Xbox and on the laptop. Before I show you guys the crested geckos, we have a bearded dragon on the loose. It's Saturday, so on the weekends or when we're home for a long period of time, it's tough Monday through Friday to let him out because of work and we come home at different times. But if we have the day off and it's Saturday, Sunday, we like to let him walk around for a little bit. You know, he's doing so much better ever since we found him. I honestly didn't think he was gonna make it, but he's a good pet, and I'm happy we have him. Someone left a comment saying that we need to update his tank or whatever in the last update video. He'll be getting a new tank. It sounds kind of sad and mean, but I didn't want to spend the money on building him a tank if he was just gonna die. You know, we weren't sure if he was gonna make it, but he's like a normal bearded dragon. It's just lazy, and he's gonna make it. So we're gonna get him a new tank. Well, still a 40 breeder, but we're gonna do an update for him. Last but not least, this is our crested gecko tank with another Pikachu. It's morning time, so they're sleeping. They're due for another update too. Upgrade, rather. Which we have the materials right there for it. Well, some of the materials for the ground. We're gonna get them set up into a naturalistic vivarium. Pangea on the bottom, as well as on top, just so they have the option, you know, in case they don't want to eat up there. I always give them the second option down here. The microfauna, I always see them eating it too. It's weird. The isopods and such will come out at nighttime, and I always see them eating the Pangea. At least I think they're eating it. They're on top of it, so it's not going to waste. Just some pothos clippings in here. That's it. This is a storage rack, or Excelsior. It's a spare light bulb, you know, calcium, sand shifter, more substrates. I'm terrible. I'm so happy this guy ended up coming through and making it, though. He's actually kind of scared right now. Maybe the camera. I'm gonna leave him alone as he licks me. But he's a good example of, you know, if you go back and watch the videos of him when we first got him, great example of why you don't release animals into the wild, especially when the temperature is just not there to keep them alive. It causes damage, and you know. Oh, I thought he was gonna bite me. I'm kind of bothering him now though, so I'm gonna leave him alone. But thank you guys for watching. Please check out our Instagram. It's JNA Exotics. I'll leave the name and how it's spelled in the description. Has a few underscores in it, that's why. And again, thank you for your support. Drop a like, leave some comments, subscribe. Everything helps, and help our channel grow. And we will, that was the game stack I was using for the tripod. We will see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and have a good one.